Hi everyone, it is time to start on the very last row of our page from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. It's been a really long series, this one. It's been a long time since I made a series this long, but because each video is quite small, it has given me time to get a little bit ahead. And it probably has you too. If you're following this one along, then they don't take too long, do they? So you can have time to catch up with maybe an old series of mine that you haven't done, perhaps. Not sure. Now this one has 3 flowers and 2 buds, which reminds me a little bit of this one. And it makes me think maybe I want to do the same sort of thing and do them all different colours. I'm having a little look at the design though, because it's slightly different on the centre. We've got a circular piece with little stamens coming off. I think what I'll do is I'll colour each one separately, do the middle last. Yeah, okay, so I was covering my mouth in with my hand. It's always good. I always remember you're there, honest. Right, let's start with a sort of purpley colour. I am going to use a mauve, I think. Let's go with the mauve. These are Polychromos pencils, by the way. We've used them throughout. Oh, my microphone's a bit low, but hopefully it won't hit the desk. Oh, I feel tired and grubby. I hope my fingernails aren't too revolting, but I've just been to the rubbish tip, get rid of a lot of stuff from the garage, which was satisfying. Really, I don't think we've had a proper clear out of that garage for a really long time. So now there's it's really quite clear, which is nice. Yeah, and just room to fill up it. No, we're not going to put much out there because some of the stuff we found out there was mouldy, and I think my son is laughing. It made me laugh. Sorry, I wasn't laughing at the mould. Yeah, I think it was because we had a leak in there quite a while ago. I'm just going to sharpen my pencil because I don't like how that looks. I'm going to go over it a bit more. Yeah, it was quite a long time ago. When the boys were like babies, that long ago, like, you know, sort of 17 years ago, maybe 18, I don't know. And a lot of things got wet. And I think what we did was we took a few boxes and cans. Well, we put some paint tins into a box at that time, I think, and put some boxes of tiles that had got all wet in there too. And there was a sort of bit of fabric in the bottom of the box, as if we sort of expected it to miraculously sop up the water, and then put an airtight lid on it. Yeah, I was mould throughout everything. The paint cans were all rusty. The tile packets are in cardboard, was all mould. It was vile. So I had that to get rid of, but I had to find some old gloves in the garage, and marigolds, you know, washing up gloves, rubber gloves. So that was good. So I put those in to wear when I threw that away. I didn't let my husband touch it because he didn't have any gloves. So that was all good. Got rid of that and other old paint for, you know, that's been hanging around for a long time. This is light cadmium red. But what was a surprise to me was that the anything water-based paint-wise could go in just non-recyclable rubbish, but anything that was really nasty couldn't. But anyway, we got rid of it all in the end. And the guys working at the tip were really fun. They were lovely, and everyone there was actually really smiley and nice. It was good. And great day out. No, the one at the very end, I had an old bucket, and I'd thrown the gloves in the bottom and threw them in the tip. And the man, one of the workers, was standing there. I said to him, "Look, this is all I get for washing up this old bucket and pair of manky gloves." And he said, "Oh, you poor little Cinderella." It was really funny. They were good chaps. Next, we're going to go for the light red violet. It's quite a weird combo, this. Anyway, so yes, that was a bit of fun. have a bit of a laugh with them. My husband's like, they do an awful job. But I was like, actually, it's interesting, isn't it? Because yes, the job isn't nice. Since we do curbside, since we do food recycling separately, and you know, the tip used to smell like rotten food. You know, now it doesn't really smell because there isn't that sort of garbage in there. That stuff goes goes to a different place. It's sort of, I think it's burnt. No. I'm very wrong. It goes in a composter. Bacteria break it down, something like that. Anyway, right, we've got 2 buds to do. I want some yellow. I'm not doing the flower centres yellow, so I'm going to do one of the buds yellow. So I'm going to use the light chrome yellow for one of these. I want it a bit darker on the bottom and sides, but yellow is such a tricky one to get to show up. There we go. Now, what are we missing? What do you reckon? Blue? Light pink. I'm going to go for this. This is the coral. Medium flesh coral. Go for this one. So yes, it was, and then when we got home, it was I put some protective plastic down in the boot, so it's take that out, vacuum it all out, you know, sort it all out, and that was good. I promised husband, basically, he hates going, and I said, look, if you take me, I'll vacuum the car out after. So I did that. So that was all good. Got that all finished, and I also tidied the car up for him. Got rid of all the this is black, by the way. Got rid of all the old receipts. They were like parking, I want to say tickets. I don't mean tickets. I mean, you know, when you buy a parking, you pay for parking and you get a little ticket to display in the window. Those, lots of those, and petrol receipts and things like that. Tidied it all up. Vacuumed it, took the mats out, vacuumed underneath, vacuumed the seats. All that. I should have washed the windows really, but I didn't go that far. I didn't create messy windows. Not that I created all the mess that was on the floor. But anyway, we got it all cleaned and tidied, and it's very satisfying. So that was good. I didn't manage to get rid of everything, but there are a few things that I will be able to pop into the dustbin over the course of the summer. A lot of stuff, but it's fine. It'll fit, which is the main thing. So I'm very happy. And husband finds it all very stressful, but we've got it over and done with. It's Friday, and he can enjoy the weekend now without even having to think about it. So I'm really pleased. This is juniper green, and my one son had an exam today. He's got one more next week, and then he'll be done. And he said it went well, and I said, how did the others find it? And he said they didn't think it was as good as I did, which he thought was quite funny. I mean, he works hard, and he was also, I'm going to fade these to the tip, these leaves, by the way. He also has a very good memory, so he's quite lucky, and he finds things easy to work out. So if there's formulas or any sort of mathematical bits and pieces, he gets it. Do you know what I mean? It just clicks. Whereas some people, even though they're doing like accountancy, for some people they don't quite get it. You know, it takes a little while for them to understand, or sometimes the teachers can't explain it as well as perhaps they should, you know. But it's not always, some people find certain ways of explaining easier than others, certain teaching methods and that sort of thing. So I don't really like blaming teachers very much. I wouldn't want to do that as a job, certainly not my thing. This is the dark sepia. She says, I'm teaching right now, I realise, but it's not the same, is it? There's teaching a class. I have done teaching before. I found it really difficult to make it engaging for a class who would... I taught 2 different things. The first one was a GCSE in psychology, and everyone was there. I'm going to put a little bit of dark around there. Everyone that was there was paying, they were very keen, nervous but enthusiastic. So that was rather nice. It was a very quiet class, which was quite tricky because you would ask them questions and they wouldn't put their hand up, and then you would maybe want to pick on them and then they got all scared, you know, and it was quite difficult. It was my first time of teaching. And then I taught a degree level module. I'm going to use some white now. I'm just going to shake my pen up. Sorry, away from the microphone. It's just the Posca that I've been using, and I'm going to do some dots in the middle, trying to identify where that centre is, because it's sort of disappeared on, particularly on this one, and then each little sort of dot, each little circle gets a dot. So anyway, yeah, it was a compulsory module, so everyone was supposed to be there. They had to do it, they had to pass, they had to sign a sheet to say they were there, which I had to sort of send round and then hand in. And basically they talked and talked and talked, and the people who wanted to learn couldn't hear, and the notes that I was given were really hard to explain. I understood it until I went to try and teach it from these notes, which were awful. And then they even confused me, and I knew it, and it was just really hard. And in the end, I had to just tell people who were talking to leave, and their friends would sign them in. And it's like, well, fair enough. I don't, it's up to you. You know, you're the one that's got to pass at the end of the day. I'm just getting my red, the light cadmium red. Just doing a little bit more here and there. I'm not 100% happy with this bit. There, that's better. So I've done this a little bit plainer, you know, with less different colours. Like on a lot of the others I've done, this is the light red violet. Sorry, you can't see that. I don't know if you can see that either. So on a lot of the others, rather than using just the one colour and sort of gently fading it, I've used more than one. But I'm feeling a bit tired, to be honest. Having been off to the tip, it's been quite warm and everything else, so hopefully you'll forgive me, and I think it's okay. It's a bit different, isn't it? I'm getting through. There's a really pretty one coming up, my favourite one, but not this one. This is a bit dark for my liking. I don't think it looks very pretty, and the colours are too harsh, so maybe if I did it again I wouldn't do it this colour. But hey ho, it is done now. And tomorrow we have another flower, so I've got another chance to do something that maybe I like better. But thank you for watching today. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.